get into it, shall we? I'm just gonna keep it pretty simple today. I'm gonna tell you about the books, why I bought them, read the synopsis, and roll with it. So, first up is People Watching by Hannah Bonham Young. So, People Watching by Hannah Bonham Young. Why did I buy this book? So, I bought People Watching by Hannah Bonham Young. I actually bought 2 copies of it, one for me and one for my best friend Sarah. When she came to visit me, I made her like a little goodie basket, and she likes the author Hannah Bonham Young. She really enjoyed Out on a Limb by this author, and so when we knew she was coming out with like a fall kind of romance, we obviously were in discussion about how we needed to buy it together when she got here to like visit, but I went ahead and surprised her with it, and I bought us both a copy, and I had one in our little goodie basket for when she got here. In this sexy and emotional romance from the acclaimed author of Out on a Limb, a small town woman's journey to spread her wings intertwines with the arrival of an adventurous newcomer who brings out the best in her. Prudence Welch has found solace in her introverted life in Baysville, a charming tourist town in northern Ontario. Despite once dreaming of a life beyond its borders, she now finds contentment in her routines. Working at her father's gas station, writing poetry, and caring for her mother, who is diagnosed with early onset Alzheimer's disease. But as her mother's condition worsens and her father's concerns about her own future intensify, Prue feels her world slipping further out of control. Enter Milo Kablukov, an enigmatic wanderer whose beat-up van covered with ill-advised bumper stickers rolls into town just when Prue needs a change. It's all too easy to let go with him, and their unlikely friendship leads to a wild and sexy agreement between them. Milo, a man of many adventures and countless stories, is not one to settle down. However, his brother's Russo is a grumpy, hot-as-hell fire pilot who is too damn good with his hands. It's the perfect combination, but unfortunately for Gwen, he's also her ex-boyfriend's dad. A chance meeting brought them together, and a missed connection has kept them apart. 1 year later, a stroke of fate has them living under the same roof, which makes everything between them downright messy, because even after all this time, he's still the man Gwen thinks about when she falls asleep, the one she can't get over no matter how hard she tries. Bash is working on mending a fragile relationship with his son, and they both know acting on these urges would be the ultimate betrayal. But Gwen sees the heat in his eyes, that look of need that never fails to send a shiver down her spine. The mutual longing is borderline unbearable, and the simmering heat between them is downright palpable. They both know there are rules when it comes to situations like this, but then again, following the rules has never felt so futile. I am so pumped to read this. Okay, it will be happening very soon. Alright. Next up, we have Direbound by Sable Sorensen. Direbound by Sable Sorensen. This is a pretty chunky book, okay? And it is the first book in the Wolves of Ruin series. So I ended up buying Direbound because when my best friend Sarah, she's just gonna be all over this video. When my best friend Sarah came to visit me, we went to Barnes & Noble and decided that we wanted to pick out a book for the other person, so. Oh my goodness, so sorry. Hopefully you're feeling the same way right now. Hopefully you're feeling a little sleepy. So, we decided to pick out a book for the other person. And what that entailed was we got to pick 3 choices, okay? Like, our third choice was like, bottom tier, like, you know, it's not our number 1. Then, obviously, the second choice is the second choice, the first choice is the first choice, and the one that we really wanted the other person to pick, or the one that we really thought the other person would pick, if that makes sense. So, I picked her out a couple of, like, romance books and stuff she hadn't really, like, heard of and everything, and, like, a romantasy as well. And then for me, she picked out a book I had never heard of, and then 2 books that she had heard me talk about, Direbound being one of them. So, in this little book picking for each other, I did end up picking, like, Direbound from the choices she gave me. It was her number 1 choice for me, and personally, it's my number 1 choice. So. Only the worthy survive the bonding trials. She'll risk her life and her heart to be one of them. Marin Cooper has always hated the bonded elite warriors who form mental leagues with the massive, vicious dire wolves they ride. The bonded live in luxury while Marin struggles to keep her family out of poverty. And when her little sister Sayla is kidnapped, stolen across the border by the immortal monsters her country has spent centuries fighting, Marin's world falls apart. Desperate to cross the front and save her sister, Marin enlists in the army and is thrown into the deadly bonding trials, where any mistake will cost her life. Now Marin must survive 4 months of training at the castle. She is bound to a feral dire wolf who refuses to communicate. The other trainees would love to spill her common blood, and her cold and beautiful instructor, Stark Therian, is eager to punish any weakness. Everything is a competition, and everyone is out to get her. Everyone except the dangerously handsome crown prince, whose attention adds excited to get into it eventually. Next up is another fall romance. And again, bringing up my bestie Sarah. We actually bought this book together at the Barnes & Noble trip that we had where I picked up Tire Bound. The sprayed edges are so cute, okay? But we just can't help ourselves, you know, we can't help ourselves. A fall romance is there and we're like... So, Falling Like Leaves by Misty Wilson. Ellis has a lot of expectations for her senior year, but moving from Manhattan to Bramble Falls, Connecticut is not one of them. Yet, in the wake of her parents' separation, that's exactly where she and her mother are headed. Bramble Falls might be charming, but it's also full of distractions, like local barista Cooper Barnett, Ellis's one-time best friend and first kiss, who has not only majorly glowed up, but wants nothing to do with Ellis. Then there's the Falling Leaves Festival, a month-long tourist attraction run by Ellis's aunt, celebrating everything autumn. The festival seems nice and all, but Ellis doesn't have time to be roped into her aunt's enthusiastic planning. Dragged to each event, she can't stop bumping into Cooper, the one person she's hoping to avoid. But the longer she stays in Bramble Falls, the harder it is to pretend she's not falling for this town and the people in it. As her return to Manhattan gets pushed further and further out, Ellis is forced to confront exactly what she wants for her future and what that means for her present. Even the back is like so cute with the little pumpkins. I also love the cat on the front cover. Like, how cute. The review on the back says, perfect for anyone who starts up their annual Gilmore Girls rewatch at the first sign of fall. I've actually never seen Gilmore Girls, and I really want to change that. Okay. Next up is a book that my partner bought me. So, my partner picked up this book for me because I had been talking about wanting to read it, and he got it as like a congratulations on your new car gift. So this is Hot Wax by ML Rio. ML Rio. She's also the author of If We Were Villains, which I read at the start of this year, like last year or something like that. I was trying to see if there's anything cool on the cover. It's just a regular schmeckler hardcover. Summer 1989. 10-year-old Suzanne is drawn like a magnet to her father's forbidden world of electric guitars and tricked-out cars. When her mother remarries, she jumps at the chance to tag along on the concert tour that just might be Gil and the Gills' wild ride to glory. But fame has sharper fangs than anybody realized, and as the band blazes up the charts, internal power struggles set Gil and his group on a collision course destined for a bloody reckoning. One shrouded in mystery and lore for years to come. The only witness to a desperate act of violence, Suzanne spends the next 29 years trying to disappear. She trades the chaos and music of her youth for the quiet of the suburbs and the company of her mild-mannered husband, Rob. But when her father's sudden death resurrects the troubled past she tried so hard to bury, she leaves it all behind and hits the road in search of answers. Hitching her fate and Gil's beloved car to an old Airstream trailer across the country and drives her to a desperation all her own. Drenched in knockdown, drag-out rock and roll, Hot Wax is a ruckus, breakneck ride to hell and back, where getting lost might be the only way to find yourself and save your soul. I have a sense that I'm going to both love this book, and it's also going to tear me apart. Yeah. Now, time for the last book of the book haul. We have Alchemy of Secrets by Stephanie Garber. Let me take it out of the post packet. Okay. It is so stunning, okay? So, I actually pre-ordered this book back in January, literally at the start of the year, and she didn't get released until October 7th. But let me tell you, okay, she was here at my front door October 7th, no delays. I love Stephanie Garber. Okay, I've read the Carval series. I've read the Once Upon a Broken Heart series. Immaculate, all of them I love. Okay, so when I heard that she was coming out with her first like adult fantasy book, I knew I needed to grab it. I knew I needed to put my hands on it as soon as possible. And because I pre-ordered it, it is signed, which is so exciting for me. Now, let me tell you what Alchemy of Secrets is about. It starts with a class in an old movie theater, Folklore 517, local legends and urban myths taught by a woman called the Professor. Most students believe the professor's stories are just fiction, but Holland St. James has always been convinced that magic is real. When she tracks down a local legend named the Watchman, who can supposedly tell you when you'll die, the world finally makes sense. Except that the Watchman tells her she will die at midnight tomorrow, unless she finds an ancient object called the alchemical heart. With the clock ticking, Holland is pulled deeper into this magical world in the heart of Los Angeles, and into the path of a magnetic stranger. Everything about him feels like a bad idea, but he promises Holland that her sister sent him to protect her. As they chase clues and stories that take them closer to the alchemical heart, Holland realizes everyone in this intoxicating new world is lying to her, even this stranger. And if she can't figure out whom to trust, not even the alchemical heart will save her. Like, that sounds so good, okay? That sounds so good. Now, that is the end of the book haul. That is all the books I have to show you today. We went over Alchemy of Secrets, Hot Wax, Falling Like Leaves, Dire Bound, Wild Card, and People Watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please comment down below if you've read any of these books yet, what you thought of them, if I should get to them as soon as possible or not. And if you made it to the end of this video, what should we comment? let's go with a watch